What is up? Gear Squad, Chaingear here bringing another video, and it's been a while, but I'm excited because I have been sent a streamer item, if you will, something that I think is going to be beneficial for people who want to start streaming, want to start YouTube channels, whatever it might be. If y'all know me, I've been doing this for a long time. If you don't know me, well, now you know. I have been streaming, I have been making YouTube videos, I've certainly been gaming for a really, really long time. And so it's really cool when a company wants to share something with me, ask me to take a look at it, give my first impressions, and actually use the device that they want me to take a look at. So this is the MAONO GamerWave microphone. Now you might see this branded as a couple other names, but this is now called the GamerWave microphone. They have a couple other microphones. You might have seen some other YouTubers or content creators go over this microphone, but I finally got my hands on it. MAONO sent this over my way. I'm not getting paid or anything for it, but they did send this to me. So I do get to keep this unit, which is pretty cool. And today we're kind of just going to go through it. We're going to do a first impressions. We're going to do an unboxing. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the website, take a look at that. That way we can kind of just go through what the GamerWave microphone actually is, and see if it's something that you might be interested in. So let's go ahead, take a look at the website here. This is MAONO's website, and this is going over the GamerWave condenser USB gaming RGB microphone. So obviously a couple things here that you already kind of wanted to recognize is this is a USB microphone. Now, I have never used any other microphone other than a USB microphone. Right now, I'm using a USB microphone. The first microphone I think I ever got was a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm sure y'all have heard of those. Again, it's a USB microphone. And the nice thing about USB microphones is there's no mess, right? You just plug it in and it just works. You don't have to worry about getting a bunch of different adapters and connectors and, amps and stuff and all that. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's just plug and play, and you can use it anywhere. You can use it with your huge PC setup. You could use it with a laptop or anything that has a USB plug-in. We're actually probably going to try this out with my PlayStation as well. I used to use my Blue Yeti on my PlayStation when I was originally streaming over there, so we're gonna go ahead and test some of that stuff out. The other thing we can see here is RGB. So obviously you can see the microphone definitely has some color to it. I have never had a microphone that has RGB on it, so we're definitely gonna test that out, take a look at what that looks like as we go through the through our actual first impressions. And there are a couple different things that they want to highlight here. So one tap noise reduction. So it sounds like there's a built-in noise reducer functionality. Sometimes you have like a bunch of noise outside or a bunch of noise in your room, or you have roommates that are loud or something like that, and you want to just cut back on the noise. There's a lot of software ways to do that, but when it's actually like built into the microphone itself, that's really, really helpful, especially if you want to turn it on or off. So we're definitely going to test that out. I actually have a white noise machine, so we're going to go ahead and put that on, see if y'all can hear that and turn it on and off and try that out. Also, obviously, again, RGB, 3 different modes, a static solid color, so it looks like we can just have it, red, green, whatever, dynamic multicolor gradient, so it looks like it'll probably shift between some colors, and then dynamic solid color gradient that can be changed anytime. So we'll try those out, see how that goes. Zero latency monitoring. Some people love to be able to hear themselves while they're talking. Personally, it's not a big thing for me, but I know that there are a couple of folks that are actually in our Discord who like to do that, like to be able to hear themselves when they're talking. So, that's a pretty cool option for those that like that. Now, a lot of folks are saying that this is great for gamers, not just because obviously it's got RGB and it looks cool, but also the price. So we'll talk about that as well. Apparently this is USB and USB-C connectivity, so that's cool. I'm wondering if this would work with like a phone, or I do have a USB-C plug on the back of my desktop, so we'll try that as well. And obviously laptops, a lot of laptops these days only have USB-C. And then high sensitivity cardioid pickup, so hopefully this will pick up my voice nice and easy. There are lots of different colors. I, of course, have the black version. That's what I asked for. But they have a white version. They have a pink version. And it looks like maybe there are, like these kind of like mic arms that you can get as well with it. Looks like these aren't out yet, but there's like a pre-order for them. So that's pretty cool as well. And you can actually see the USB-C, the USB kind of plugs there. So that's pretty interesting. All right. So that's pretty much everything here. You can obviously go onto the website, take a look. Seems like they have, firmware that you can constantly update on these microphones. Obviously, you can see that there are different parts that come with the microphone. Not only is it just the capsule itself, but also it looks like there's a little bit of a mount that you can put onto your desk. There's a little pop screen filter thing. And here's all the RGB. Looks like you can see the one tap cancellation for the noise. The one tap noise cancellation if it's working, if it's muted, all that good stuff. RGB switch. So we'll take a look at all of that. And they're really driving into this like gamer's perfect choice thing. Plug and play. That definitely is helpful. It does say that it works with PlayStation. So we'll try it out. We'll definitely see. Cardioid pickup, again, that's obviously always really good for, gamers or really anybody. You don't want someone to be picked up or the noise behind you to be getting picked up. You want it to be right in front of you. So that's always good. The noise reduction, we'll try that out. RGB, the monitoring, and this is kind of where they talk about the shock mount and the pop filter. So they are actually saying that this mount is supposedly kind of like a shock mount. And you can kind of see the little rubber band thing. So hopefully, if you're getting angry and you're hitting your desk, you won't hear it. Again, they're kind of showing off this monitor arm, this mic arm, which we don't have here, but it does look like that might be something that comes up later. Awesome. All right. Again, let's take a look at that price. $32.99. This is the cheapest gaming microphone I've ever seen in my life. I have always gotten more expensive microphones. But you know what? Let's just actually open it up and take a look at it. We saw a bunch of pictures on the website. So let's actually go ahead and open up the MAONO GamerWave microphone. And like I said, this is the cheapest microphone I've ever had before. And this is just the first impressions. This is definitely not a review. We are probably going to stream with this microphone. That way I can get your guys' live impressions and then do an actual review. But in terms of an actual like first impressions unboxing, it just comes right out of the box with this kind of like styrofoamy little case here. And you can see there's a box of accessories and then the mic. So very, very simple. Box of accessories just comes right out. And it's actually kind of nice. They have a little booklet here from Shure, the manual. But it's like, this is super easy. There's no like, you don't have to like put it together. It's like, they just have it set up for you. That's literally it. That's it. that was it. That's how you get the mic, and this is the mic. So it's pretty small. It's a good size. This is the size of pretty much every kind of current USB microphone. Definitely not as big as the Blue Yeti, but definitely a similar size to my Elgato Wave, which is a lot more expensive. Over 2 times the price of it. So, seeing how well this performs is going to be really exciting because, again, the price is good. It's not super heavy or anything like that. It's got a weight to it, which is really just the stand. The capsule feels pretty light. You can see the buttons on top there. So you have that mute and noise reduction. You also have the RGB, which, again, I'm assuming is going to come from the capsule. Again, that's that little styrofoam box thing. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories box and see what's in here. Oh, something just flew out. It looks like we have... So this looks like an adapter that you would go ahead and put onto maybe a mic arm or something like that. You definitely don't need it here, but it looks like maybe it would fit onto this. So that way it could be put onto a mic arm. It probably wouldn't work on this type of mic arm. This is one of the Rode mic arms and it needs to be pretty heavy. But I'm sure if you got MAONO's actual mic arm, it would obviously work. And then here is the USB cable. So you can see here it's USB-C, which will plug into probably somewhere on the mic. Yep, on the back of the microphone right there. And then you can see here, this is the USB to USB-C, which is very cool. It's actually really cool. It's just like right attached there. So I don't have to worry about if I don't have a USB-C available. I have a USB, I think A, normal kind of connector. So that'll go ahead and work out. And then what did I drop here? Looks like just some silica gel, classic. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this thing up, see how it sounds, test it out, and let me know what you guys think, of course, in the comment section down below. But let's go ahead and give this thing a try. All right, so I have the microphone set up, obviously. I've just got it right in front of me. It was very, obviously that I could just put it on my desk and just tilt it up. But just to make sure you all can see it, this is the microphone. The RGB is very obvious. One of the only things that's immediately stood out to me is that there's a good and bad thing about mics being plug and play. So I really like this microphone because one, it is just plug and play. I mean, it was instant. I just plugged it into my computer, and it was like, "Yep, got it. Let's go ahead and use it." And I was like, "Okay, great." So no issues there. Plug and play. But there's no software with it. So like when I plugged it in, it wasn't like, "Oh, download this software." Now, MAONO might have its own software. I didn't see any. I wasn't instructed to download any or anything like that. So when it comes to the RGB, which is really cool, you just tap this button and it changes color. So, I mean, you're pretty much seeing the colors change here, and it does look really, really cool. You can kind of see this is like a little bit of a gradient. It's starting to change. If I hold it, let's see if that does anything. Turns off the RGB, which is pretty cool. Tap it again, turns it back on, and you can filter through some gradients here, but there's no control over it, right? It's just, you're kind of just tapping it until you find something that you like. So I have a lot of like Razer products, so you see a lot of green on my desk, but I also really like red. So if I had to try and get back to red or something red adjacent, I have to kind of just keep tapping until I find it. Now there's not a ton of different colors. It's not a big deal. If you like RGB, it's still here and it's pretty cool. Another thing is that because there's no software, all the stuff is on the mic itself, which is actually pretty nice. If you're the type of person that likes something tactile, you don't want to fiddle with a bunch of software, this is really nice. For example, the mic gain is right there. So literally, if I want to turn it up, I'm just turning it up right now. I think this is low. Yep, this is definitely lower. And then if I turn it this way, this is probably getting pretty loud. So I'm just gonna put it somewhere in the middle here, but it's pretty nice. Like it's cool that it's just a little dial that you can just turn. It doesn't have any like little clicky sections. It's just a smooth ring, which might be a pro or a con for you. There's also a mic input right here, so you can go ahead and plug your mics in again, or not mic, your headphones. So you can go ahead and plug your headphones in. Again, I'm not a huge fan of being able to hear myself, so I'm not doing that, but that is a possibility for you. Of course, there is a mute button, so if I tap this mute button, and I believe that that worked. You couldn't hear me at all. Now, one of the cool things is we're going to turn up the gain for a sec. So this is the gain on the highest setting. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. And I don't know if it's picking up any ambient noise, but if I stop talking for a sec, for me, in my software for OBS, I can see that there's a little bit of sound being captured in the background. So if I go ahead and hold this button, the light has now changed from green to blue. And so that means that now noise reduction is on. So when I stop talking, immediately that little bar that shows if there's noise or not goes all the way down. So it does show that it's working. Now I'm going to put this back into the middle in terms of my gain. So I hope it's not cutting me off or anything like that. Hopefully it's sounding really good. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section down below. But this is pretty much the mic. Again, we are definitely going to be streaming with this. We're going to be using this, maybe for a couple weeks or so, just or at least for a couple days. Let's at least say that, and try this out. We'll play some Destiny with it. We'll play some Gacha with it, and we'll see what folks think about it. After that, we'll go ahead and do a review. But for now, I just wanted to show folks how easy this is and how inexpensive it is. So if you like the sound of it, if it sounds good to you, you can always go, to the website. Again, feel free, take a look. But if you want to wait for a review, you can do that as well. Information will all be in the description down below. It's been a while since I've done a video like this. I love doing first impressions. I love doing reviews. And again, thank you for MAONO for actually sending this out to me. Again, they're not paying me for any of this. They're not paying me for a review. They just wanted me to take a look at the microphone. And I think the value here is already kind of speaking for itself. Less than $50, less than $40 right now, $33 on the website. Who knows where you can find it on Amazon, things like that. But go ahead and check this out, and definitely subscribe if you want to see an actual review of this coming up soon. Other than that, I'll see you guys online, and of course, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.